Hi, I'm Danica and I go to Monte Vista High School. And for my project, I chose to do the wrist rehab device. So for my modifications, I decided to add a 16-bit LED ring. I sewed it onto my compression sleeve right under the accelerometer and beside the flex sensor. And I also added a command on my BLE serial to calibrate your flex sensor when you first put on the device. So how it works is that the LED ring is an output device. So you tell it in the code what to do, and it will do based on what you tell it to do. And since it has 16 different bits, you can tell each of them what to do. So for example, you can tell half of them to turn red and half of them to turn green just based in your code. For my challenges, I had a few. The first one was there's two pins on the LED ring. One is D in and one is D out. And basically, you want to have D in. You don't want to have the jumper wire go in D in so that you can actually tell it what to do. But I thought it meant D0 and D1, and I thought you could use either one. So at first I plugged it into D output, which is wrong. And once I realized that and I plugged it into D in, it started working fine. The second challenge was I accidentally shorted one of my LED rings. The first one I used, I accidentally got solder on one of the metal bits, so that caused it to not work. And the final challenge I had was once I sewed on the LED ring, it wasn't turning on, and neither was the flex sensor. The flex sensor wasn't working either, and the values weren't outputting correctly. And then I realized it's because on the PCB board here, the two sides of the board, the positive and negatives, they aren't connected. So I had to manually connect them using two connecting wires over here, and that allowed power to flow smoothly and actually let my LED ring and my flex sensor work properly. So if I had more time, I would probably improve my wrist turn monitoring because right now the accelerometer is only monitoring when you go down and when you go up, and it's giving you a 2 second threshold to do that. But I kind of wanted to be more precise so that I can monitor when you go down and then right and then up and then left, depending on which hand you're using with this device.